Welcome, my dear viewer, to this live podcast. As it has always been, my name is Professor Paul Mwangi Kebicho, PhD, QB, HSC, official social media handles, be it YouTube channel, be it Facebook page, be it TikTok page. And I want us, before we continue, first of all, I request all of you watching me from wherever you are, kindly give me the likes, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe or follow me on my Facebook page as well as my TikTok page. And I'm kindly requesting you, imagine I'm a media personality and we are not yet 100,000 in terms of subscribers, more so on Facebook page and YouTube page. I'm requesting all of you kindly, if you love my podcasts, if you love my stuff, if I have been of any help to you, I'm requesting you kindly to subscribe to my social media handles. I'm also a gospel artist. I've said that one in a number of occasions. There are some songs that I released almost 2 years ago. We are yet even to hit 10,000. I'm also requesting you kindly that if you can follow me and of course you subscribe to my songs, I would very much appreciate. Because the only way that you can recognize what I do is by supporting me, by actually liking my social media handles. If it is YouTube channel, kindly subscribe. If it is Facebook page, kindly follow. If it is TikTok page, kindly tap. And I'm happy because the TikTok guys have done me proud. I think, in one of my pages, I think I'm over 95,000. That is quite amazing. And I really thank God for you members wherever you are. So I salute all of you. And today is 4th of December, 2025. And what comes into my mind, ladies and gentlemen, is the kind of excuses I have had people give. Is the kind of all manner of excuses. And I have told you in the past, it does not matter how many excuses you give. The basic fact is that if you have not been able to save any money, if you have not made an investment and you're approaching 40 years, I'm telling you, my brother, you are treading on very, very, very dangerous clouds. And I repeat that. I know that will be not very palatable to some people. It is going to hurt you, but matters finances don't become emotional. And before I continue, I'm requesting those people whose business is casting aspersions, throwing insults in our social media, kindly do not follow me with a lot of tremendous respect. Because, as usual, in every market, there might be a mad person. But I always request that those people who are proactive and those people who are optimists should be allowed to continue. Others in the past have seen some people who bring topics out of the context, which I don't like. And of course, remember, I'm a normal human being. In as much as I'm a scholar, in as much as I'm an academician, if you touch my low nerve, of course, I have a way of responding, and it may not be very nice because, I understand quite a number of things. So that be it be the case. It is quite evident, and I'm telling you this out of experience. This morning, I was actually in Loyal Media Services, where I met a group of men and women, and they told me, Kebisho, you know what? Today, I have a testimony that what you talked to me a few years ago has come to fruition. These are the testimonies that makes me have the audacity out of my busy schedules. If I may show you what I'm currently doing, you may not believe it. But I like sharing this information with you because it is not important for me to have all this information and keep it to myself. It doesn't help. And you see, as all of you, majority of you may be aware, and please, I want you to respond by writing on my wall, or rather confirming what I'm saying. Many scholars of my caliber did not come to social media. I think, as a matter of fact, they think that appearing on social media is actually purifying the academic accolades, which personally I don't find it any tenable. I did not find any justification of any nature not to share information with the people. The reason as to why God made me to be the person I am today is to impact knowledge to people so that they can move from one level to another. And that is what gives me the motivation. Thank you very much, those giving me likes on my TikTok page. Thank you so much, those people watching me on my YouTube page. And thank you very much, those people watching me on my Facebook page. I do really appreciate your support. It is through your support that I'm able to do what I'm doing. So allow me not to respond to some text that I'm seeing, because we have said we must confine ourselves within the context of our discussion. I have seen somebody asking me, where is Bijue? I'm not a police officer. I'm not an investigations officer. I'm not a national intelligence service. So I think that question should be directed where it belongs. And that is why people say that Kebisho sometimes can become a bit difficult, because like I'm saying, I do not know the blogger behind Meru News Hub. He's asking me, where is Mwenda Bijue? I hope you have not confused me with any government operatives. I don't serve the government. Go and ask that one. Nur Hanji, and of course, I think Mohammed Amin, who are actually in charge of security. Some people, and I've told you many times, my brothers and sisters watching me from wherever you are, kuna watu wengine hawajui kuangalia na kuwa na mtazamo kwa mujibu wa muktadha. Lakini lazima tuwe nao katika hii maisha. So my question is this, please note this. And these are the words that I told some people today, and they looked at me and they said, wow, you are oozing with wisdom. Because I said, in as much as I'm seated here, the world is in motion. I repeat that one again. In as much as I'm seated here in my office, the world is still in motion. So even if I'm sleeping, the world is in motion. If I'm doing nothing, the world is in motion. If I don't use my brains, the world is in motion. So please don't get confused, because some of you do. And when you hear me talk, I have told you on a number of occasions, I do not argue from the platform of ignorance. I am past that, Madam Veronica Dungo. I will never argue from a platform of ignorance. I think I'm too smart. I think I'm so intelligent now. I'm so knowledgeable to argue like a pedestrian. So I have no space to argue like a pedestrian. So some of us people, we refuse to engage our mental faculties. We refuse to analyze and interrogate the situations that we are in. You need to ask yourselves, how did you find yourself here? You are 45 years old and you have got no savings. You have no investment of any nature. You are 50 years of old. You are staring at your retirement coming your way, and you are still leading a life of a lie. You are living a lie because you know you have got no pension scheme. You have got no investment in sight. You have nothing. The only thing that you are good at, if you are a man, although women have overtaken men in Kenya in terms of consuming this intoxicating beverage called beer, you are only known in those joints where people give you very beautiful names, chairman, where people give you names, captain, where people give you names, kiongozi, and you think you are doing well. My brother, my sister, listen to Kebicho now. And the wisdom I'm sharing with you today, I have acquired it for a period of 27 years. I started being a student way back in the year 1998 when I was doing my few diplomas. When I was doing my few diplomas, because I started with doing diplomas, and I can tell you this for free. Please listen to me, and I'm going to share with you. I like the way the Bible says. Some of you people, please note this. What lesson did we learn from COVID? What lessons did we learn from COVID? Some of us people, we have already forgotten there was COVID, and COVID is not part of our thinking. COVID is not part of our history. We have forgotten, and we have gone back to doing things the way we do them. We are back to what we call factory settings. We have already forgotten completely the greatest economic impact that was brought forth by COVID. COVID ought to have a very wonderful teacher for all of us. But unfortunately, not many people of us learn. Majority of us people, we don't learn. We wait and wait. And some of you people watching me from wherever you are a first cousin to procrastination. You are a first cousin to postponing an idea whose time has come. Most of you people, you like saying knowledge is power, and you put a full stop. If I realize that you are in that category where they say knowledge is power and if you put a full stop, I'll draw my own conclusions that you are still insufficient in terms of thinking and in terms of gray matter. Knowledge is power, number one, if it is put into use. How do you benefit by knowing that you can buy shares but you have not bought? So what is the difference between you and that ignorant village boy? You know that knowledge is power, so what? So if we say knowledge is power, but it is power if only it is put into action. So if you know that you can buy a plot and you have not bought, plots are being sold all over, left, right, center, by various large companies in Kenya, but you have not bought. So you have got no local study to study in a platform and say that you know. Because I normally tell people that knowledge is power, but wisdom is liberty. So the only thing that distinguishes you from somebody who claims to have knowledge is that aspect of pressing the right button, activating. You know, it is quite unfortunate, and I repeat this, and I'll continually repeat this. If it hurts you, matters finances don't become emotional. You have a young child that you are seeing glowing every day, and you know this child will require school fees, and you have done nothing about it, and you are just holding to this theoretical principle that you'll be able to educate your child. Oh, and to you, because you belong to that category who say knowledge is power. Right now, you understand you have what you call the Safaricom board, which is coming to an end, I think, by tomorrow. They have already floated 15 billion green fund board. But you already know, but you're doing nothing. So what difference is there between you? You see, sometimes we irritate God so much. You went to school and you claim to be holding a degree. You have a degree, but this degree, you only acquired a paper that is not helping you at all. Because what difference does it make between you and a villager who is hearing either through the social media or the electronic media or what we call the print media, that you have got what we call Safaricom boards, but you are not buying. So what is the difference between you and that villager who has got no access to information? You have the knowledge, but you are doing nothing. You know that Quest Pinnacle exists. I've been talking about Quest now for the last 4 years and a few months, but you have never bothered to even take a phone just to call me and ask me, Kebicho, how much does a share go at? How do you operate? And please allow me first and foremost to thank all those people who have subscribed to a company called Quest Pinnacle. Those who have made it possible for us to have 1 billion Kenya shillings that we are managing for them as Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited. I also want to salute our people in the diaspora for the confidence you have shown in us. In fact, I lack words. I lack good words. Let me surprise all of you. My brothers and sisters working in those diaspora areas. It is, I can tell you at a confidence level of 99.5%. Those people in the diaspora, they labor a lot. They burn their midnight oil. They leave one job to another to go looking for that money. And when they send money to their kinsmen, they misuse those funds. There is nothing as painful as having somebody working in the diaspora only to come and realize that the money they sent home was misused. It is the most painful thing that somebody can go through. This morning, where I was with those people I'm talking about, somebody confirmed that he sent 4.5 million shillings. And upon arrival at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, there was nobody to receive her. Why? Because they had already squandered all the money that they already had worked for 8 years. What a painful experience. Honesty is our DNA. Transparency is our DNA. And I'm speaking like this when all my social handles are open. Please make an inquiry. Let anybody there who is complaining light on my platform. We have never mistreated even a single client. Even a single client. Go even to Capital Markets Authority. And I'm saying this in full glare of my screens ahead of me, in front of me. And I can tell you this, that we have never mishandled a client. And should you put your 10 million and you want it back, we don't give you stories. Because there are some people who come testing the waters, whether whatever Kibisho says is what is on the cloud. Whatever I promise, you do not expect me, a man of my caliber and station, to behave like a pedestrian. I refuse. I'm a professional and I'll remain like so until I will breathe my last. And those people who know me, they know what I'm talking about. Please, if you are there and you are serious, because remember, if you try to put across a lie, I can sue you. And you know this is what we call slander. In law, we have what we call slander. In law, we have what we call even tarnishing one's name. So one has to be very careful. So today, I want to challenge all of you watching me from wherever you are. Mr. John Wamogoiri, the question is this. You people, let me ask you, and sometimes it pains me. Sometimes I just wonder, Kenyans, we are so mean. Kenyans, we are so mean. Kenyans, we are queer people. And this is what the late CEO, Bob Colmore, said about Kenyans, because Kenyans have a queer way of doing things. You find somebody calling all the way to Olomaran and inquiring whether kuna nyesha, and he has got no acre piece of land that is trying to make inquiries so that he can go and plant. Hello, huko Olomaran ni kulinyesha na huna shamba. You find a lady who is an accountant, for instance, or who is actually a teacher in a high school, asking her fellow rafiki yake, hello, Jennifer Ariza, you are not a midwife. What business do you have to spend your little earned money asking irrelevant questions that have got no relationship with your background? So you are there, you are listening to me today, and allow me to say this. Ladies and gentlemen, I am telling you this with confidence, that if you are there, and for instance, I'll start with the people working in the diaspora before I come to our people here in Kenya. Today, I can tell you for sure, statistics have shown that from the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, and you can acquire those things. Those people who work in employment and they have what we call a pension scheme, and they have been already contributing the mandatory contributions, majority of them will not get more than 4 million shillings. Yes, I understand, I'm not ignorant. It depends on your level. It depends on your job group. But I can tell you very few people in Kenya will get 4 million, 5 million shillings. Now you wonder, you have worked for 60 years and you have been living a life of a lie that you have a pension scheme. The question is, will that money that will be given by your employer be enough to take you through life before you die? The answer is no. And that is why you require to supplement your pension scheme by joining a well-regulated investment company to help you midwife that particular idea. Kebisho is here, and I'm telling you this for free, Madam Veronica Dungo. When you see me using this calculator, it is because it doesn't lie. All of you watching me from wherever you are, some of you have wasted money. Allow me, before I go to my points, to tell you the way we waste our money. You find a man, this man has got 5 girlfriends. One man, you wonder what kind of recognition he's looking for. And I have told people, and they sometimes they say that I'm hurling insults to them, which I'm not doing. What business do you have with 7 girlfriends or 5 girlfriends? What are you trying to demystify? All those 7 girlfriends, they will steal your time. One of the things that those girlfriends will do to you men, before I come to investment, they will steal your time, because you need to be in every girlfriend's place at a given point in time. You lose your time. Number 2, you lead a very risky life. With 7 girlfriends on your line, you'd expect some of them not to be so faithful. Some of them, they can't maintain fidelity. So chances of you contracting HIV/AIDS are very high. Chances of you contracting what we call the super gonorrhea, the chlamydia, what we refer to as herpes, candidiasis, trichomoniasis are very high, and you realize that you have wasted your time and energy. And over and above all, you take it to your family member, to your wife for that matter. Number 3, the hard-earned resources. These women, they are not coming to you because you are handsome. Handsome is never eaten. That terminology of being handsome, tall, dark, well-built and handsome, morphologically nice, and anatomically nice, general physique nice. Those are adjectives that do not add value to in as far as I'm concerned, they actually devaluate you. So they'll still require your resources. You'll be spending money to pay the house rent, to pay the various bills, and maybe by accident, incidentally, you have a child, you continually pay school fees. So what are you doing to your resources, your little resources? You are actually digging your grave deliberately with your two hands. 7 girlfriends for what? And remember, I told men the other day, you will be called all manner of names. Every morning, those 7 girlfriends will be bringing what we call synonymous words to you. Will be giving you, you'll be called babes. You'll be called darling. You'll be called sweetheart. You'll be called my betrothed. You'll be called all sweet names. And remember, those sweet names are not coming from their heart. As a matter of fact, their point of concentration is to get that hard-earned money. You end up spending your time. And when time comes for them to leave you, you'll be left alone. To go back to your wife, whom you never gave time, whom you never gave attention, you denied her attention, and in the long run, you brought her problems. Men, let me tell you, do not confuse being loved with what we call genuine love. Spend your money building your financial base today, because you'll continually waste your time, and before you realize, it will be too late. It's okay, you are there. And I know some of you men will say that I'm actually trying to infringe your ladder, to close, to go beyond the Rubicon line. But I'm telling you this because I'm a man. These ladies that you have, 7 of them, the day they will leave you, you will never remember anything good you did to them. Pay rent for them. Buy them clothes. Take them to salon. Let them have their hairdos. Cleopatra, hot water, Daniela, Calypso, Ghanaian, Jamaican, Solento, talk of vibration, human hair extension, and of dreads. I'm telling you, you'll do that. But the moment that lady indicates the signal of leaving you, you'll be left gnashing your teeth. B, know where you spend your time, know where you spend your money, analyze, interrogate, because one day you'll remember Kebicho. Let me now go to women. There are women who think that their beauty will last forever. Let me tell you, ladies, nothing lasts forever. Your mother was one day as young as you are. Your mother was one day as beautiful as you are. But one thing that you must remember, being a youth is not a career. Plan your life now. How do you plan? Let me come to this. Today, you people, you are so fortunate that you have calibers of Kebicho who come infusing knowledge to you and who come giving you ideas, sharing the wisdom, the hard-earned wisdom. It has been a process for me to be the person I am. And I've been telling people admire the product, but they don't like embracing the process. I'm here to tell you, Mr. Daniel Joroge, before I come to these points here, one of the things that you need to know, now when you're young, start investing your money today. And I have given you a very simple mantra. The money has a very simple mantra. Save me today, I'll save you tomorrow. You need to ask yourself, what adds value to your life? I have lost many friends and I have no regrets. It is better they cleared the way for me, because they could have actually stolen from me the most precious thing, my time. I'm not saying that having friends is bad. I also have some friends. And remember, you have to have categories of friends. There are those friends who only fill your phone book, but they have got no value at all. They are liabilities to you. They are volumes to you. You may be having 4 friends who are enough, and they can turn around your fortunes. People whom you can you can have what we call intellectual intercourse. People that you can sit down with them and share. People who can give you more, who can add more brilliant ideas to your minds, and you come up a better person. Now, the question is this. You have been hearing Kebicho talking about Quest Pinnacle. And I told you that we even have a license from CMA. They came here and they found our investment arrangement to be one of the most well-organized, structured investment vehicle. So we are telling you, come with the money that you have, even if it's 100,000. Don't you worry. Hata kama ni laki moja, 100,000 shillings. Continually boost your account. We have one man from Meru. I will not mention his name. This man excites me. This man passes me. He came here and told me, Kebicho, I may not be having the millions of shillings like some of our colleagues have, but I'll start with 100,000 shillings. Every week I'll be sending between 10, 8,000. This guy has been sending every day 1,500, 2,035, 4,000, 8,000. Today, this gentleman has 1,900,000 Kenya shillings. And this is what now confirms that a stitch in time saves 9. And the problem with you people watching me from wherever you are a very good hearers, but very poor doers. As a matter of fact, I can thank God for Madrin Kamau. That's one of us. Madrin Kamau, I suppose you must be one of our clients here at Quest Pinnacle. I thank God for you. There are others who listen to my podcasts every day, but they appear nowhere in an investment book. All right, I told you life is in motion. And let me remind you this before I go to my point. There is nothing as painful as one who regrets having had this information. Some of you watching me from wherever you are, Daniel Joroge, your mother kept on telling you, go and study hard. Go and study hard. Your mother kept their lander. They kept their binocular on you, trying to shape your future. Today, are you living your dream? If your mother today was asked, where is Daniel Joroge? Would the same ladies who came and gave 5 relations during your birth time give the same today? Are you living your dream? Did you want to become the person you are, or you're there neglecting Josiah Madenge, that you wanted to become a medical doctor, which you never became? You ignored your parents' advices. You ignored your teachers' advices. Today you are here lamenting and gnashing your teeth. I wish I knew. I wish I knew is a total reflection of somebody who has gone through failure. The beauty is, Mr. Daniel Joroge, you can hear me from wherever you are. You can hear what I'm saying today. I'm asking you, we are now in the month of December. The calendar is over. This calendar is over now. What have you done for 365 days? For instance, if you have been saving, for instance, 10 shillings only, you could have made that a 650. I'll take you to Hesabu. If you have been saving 10 shillings, today you could have saved, today as we speak, you'd be having in your account that is 650. Some of us have nothing, Mr. Ken Milet Dubi. Some of us have nothing. And I'm telling you this before God. I know the experiences people, I see people, I talk to people on daily basis. If this person called Ken Mereti Dubi started saving 100 shillings, do you know what, Mr. Mereti, in your account, you'd be having 500 shillings. If this man called Mereti, for instance, was saving 1,000 shillings every day, he should be having in his account the risks the 5,000 shillings. You could have bought a plot at Kamuru or Kantafu or these places which is called Kethioko or this place called Matu today. And I'm telling you for a fact. And some of you, you spend 1,000 shillings every day on things that do not add value to your life. If you are already 35 years, why are you buying a new dress every month? And there is a battle you have already lost. You'll never become a Miss World. Why are you competing in a battle you have already lost? If you're a gentleman, you have got no contest for Mr. World or Mr. Kenya. So why are you spending money buying a new suit every day, buying a new, so that people can talk about you, that Kebisho is the most dressless, smartly dressed man? So what? After they tell you you're the most dressed, some of you watching me could afford even, let me be very open with you, they could even have afforded 2,000 shillings per day. Do you know how much that one could have translated into? Imagine 365,000 times 2. You could have made a whooping 730. We have some people in our company today with more than 50 million Kenya shillings, still living in the same universe, where you are complaining because we say pessimistic people, they find difficulties in every situation, whereas optimistic people, they find opportunities in every difficult. So what are you what do you be remembered for? The way you got employed the first day, you are still complaining even today, having worked for 25 years, and you have nothing to show. It is quite unfortunate, ladies and gentlemen. This is the moment for you, Mr. Philip Moremi, to take, please come test us. I can tell you without mentioning the names because I'm a lawyer and I understand what we call the Data Protection Act. We have a lady who joined us here when we were starting 2021. She started by putting 1 million Kenya shillings. By October this year, this lady in her account was leading 11,500,000 shillings. She came across a very important prime piece of land where she wanted to retire to. She came and told me, Kebisho, can I get 6.5 million shillings? Which I did, and she left behind 5.5 million Kenya shillings with us. Today, that lady owns a plot at a very prime area, and her conversion and testament has been, Kebisho, I am trying to imagine how things could have been if I never joined your company. I could have spent all this money. I could have had nothing to show. Some of you, we are in December. The calendar is done. What do you have? What do you have today that you can talk about? So let me say this, ladies and gentlemen. Even as I speak to you today, some people came here. 2 gentlemen came, and each came carrying, and they came bringing me the checks. One of them was able to put 875,000, and the other one was able to put 950,000 Kenya shillings after they had my podcast. You are there, my brother. You have no investment. Come. What we do, some of us people, we have experience. This company called Pinnacle has got what we call a board of directors. My chairman, Mr. Peter Kangala Masharia, has 41 years experience. Kebisho has got 33 years experience. That is 74 years experience. Somebody called CPA, Onesimus Waigoro, has over 25 years experience. If you add 71, that is 74, to 25, that is 43 plus 20, that is almost 98 years experience. Simon Jogona Kago has over 30 years, 35 years experience. That's over 128 experience. Madam Anastasia Wajiro Kamau has got over 35. That's a combined, we have 175 years of experience. We can't go wrong. And remember, the CEO and the captain of this particular company is Professor Paul Mwangi Kebicho. For those people with a lot of humility, I have appeared in the newspapers 275 times, not in the obituary column, but shakers and movers. I know I'm an expert in finance. Even now, as I sit, I've been looking what we call the world investment space, how it is. And I can mention something to you people, wherever you are. We are investing our money in a company, one company in the globe, which is worth 13.4 billion US dollars. And I'm telling you, we invest your money in diversified portfolio account. Why do we put your money in diversified portfolio account? So that we can be able to cushion you against what we call economic shocks. How do you become a member of Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited? For your information, 85% of our investors are in the diaspora. We only require to send you forms online. We'll send you there. You can even go to our website and download the file, the form, the application form, the membership application form. You only require even to write to me a text. I'll be able to use technology and send you the form. Then send us via WhatsApp your ID number, your ID both sides, and your PIN number. Then we get you on board. And then next year, 2027, because we are now paying the dividends for 2025 on 16th of January. And I'm telling you, one gentleman will be taking home 6,800,000 Kenya shillings. The money required to buy a new Prado, a second-hand Prado from Japan. Some of us people, being poor is by choice. And I saw it, being poor is by choice. The statement may appear controversial, Mr. Ken. Let me now give you what makes people to become wealthy. All wealthy people, they don't behave like us. Poor people have tendency of wasting their money. Rich people have tendency of seizing the opportunity. Right now, we have what we call the Safaricom board. The minimum is 50,000 shillings, and they have given you a leeway of saving 10 to 10 by batches of 10, 10, 10 for 5 installments. Now, what the rich people are doing, okay, they are giving you a net return. Thank you very much, Mr. Kahoha. Of course, Kahoha, I know you're one of us, Jogona. Nehemiah Kahoha Jogona. Of course, thank you so much, Mr. I'm proud of you, Jogona, as well. You know what we did. I wish you can give them the testimony on my... Jogona is a testimony that I can even share. He's here. He's one of us. Jogona came and told me, Kebisho, I have an opportunity. Can I get this amount of money? And I did it on the spot. And you can confirm, Mr. Nehemiah Kahoha Jogona. You know what I'm talking about. We are professionals. You see, we are telling you, come with us, little as 100,000 shillings. The question that people have been asking Mr. Daniel Joroge and Madam Veronica, where do you invest this money? Allow me now today to take maybe 5 of your minutes and explain to you where we invest this money. Please pay attention to this. Thank you very much for giving me the likes. Watu wa TikTok nawapenda sana. You didn't give me likes, and I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much, watu wa TikTok. Of course, you know I'll be checking whatever you have said. Thank you so much. Grace, thank you very much, Grace K. I can see. Thank you so much, Mr. Kahuha. Thank you very much, Madam Madrin Kamau. Thank you so much, Anthony Kaleithi. Thank you, Professor Good Motivation Doha Katal. Thank you. You need, Anthony, are you part of us? We have got so many members from Doha Katal. You need to come on board. And I'll tell you before I leave this space that those people who have listened to me, their lives have never been the same again. The testimonies I have gotten, my brothers and sisters, is amazing. Thank you so much, Josiah Madenge. Thank you so much, Daniel Jologe. Thank you very much, John Wamogoidi. Thank you very much, Veronica Dongo. Thank you very much, Philip Molemi. Thank you so much, Emma Jenga. Thank you so much, Alpha One. Thank you so much. I want to be part of you. Thank you. I'll be giving you my number. Already people have started showing interest. I'll be giving you the process to become part of us. But I can tell you this for sure. Why was I given this? Allow me to say this. Why do you think somebody thought of giving me this? This is a testimony that people appreciate what we do. You can imagine somebody just woke up and said to give me this as a testimony. Why do you think even a very company, you can see, for those who can see from very far, why do you think people are giving you this kind of certificates? It is because of our contribution to the society. It's up to you. Life is a matter of choice. Let me tell you, nobody will choose your direction in life. It is you to choose. And I've been telling people, the problem with us people is that we want to lie to ourselves. You have no investment of any nature. The only thing that you talk about is that 50 by 100 you bought at Kamuru in the year 2010. My brother, my sister, the train left the station many, many years ago. Wamukoma Peter. So, thank you very much, Wamukoma Peter. You know what he's saying? Those people can see on the Facebook, Madam Veronica Dongo. Doctor, he says, Doctor, me too, I'm in Doha. How will I join? I was in Doha, Qatar. I was sleeping in Aliwan Hotel. You know where Aliwan Hotel is? I think a 7-star hotel. But I'll tell you this, my brothers and sisters. To join us, the only thing that you need to do is to use my number, personal number. Use the managing directors. And I've been telling people, and sometimes they laugh. You belong to so many, to those big banks. How often do you relate? How often do you relate with those people
called the managing directors. If, for instance, if I may say, you already know, some of you have an account with the cooperative bank, which is okay, but how often do you interact with Dr. Gideon Morioki? You've been a member of Equity Bank, where they say caring and listening bank. How often do you meet with Dr. Mwangi? You have been to Stanbic. How often do you meet with Joshua Igara? Those are the questions. How often did you meet with Mr. Martin O'Doul when he was the CEO? How often do you meet with this NCBU, Mr. Gishon, of NCBA? But here I am. You can even talk to me. And I'm also managing 1 billion Kenya shillings anyway. Nione tu hivyo ni Mungu tu. Huu ni mkono wa Bwana. Hapa tumefika ni mkono wa Bwana. Na Mungu agari bado anatupeleka mbali. Marafiki zangu nisikiseni vizuri sana. Na wale ambao hawajui pale tuko nitawaelezea. Leo nataka kuambia kuna askofu aliingia huku kwetu na ile pesa ametoa hamwezi mkaamini. Ni vile tu sitaki kutaja sababu mimi ni mwanasheria na najua vile vipengele vya sheria vinavyosema. Hata sasa hivi ninapoongea tumeona wale wengine ambao wamezeka pesa zao na sisi leo. Hamwezi mkaamini sababu Wakenya wengi hawaamini. They are like Thomases. But I can tell you, when you find me in this office, I thank God for those who have come. So let me say this. How will I get recap? Don't you worry, Betty Moot. All what you need to do after the tail end of this show, you go to my YouTube channel. You'll get all the information that you have shared. Thank you so much, Onesimus Waigoro. Onesimus Waigoro is our director, one of our directors, who is CPA, Certified Public Accountant, and he holds what we call Master's Degree in Forensic Audit. He has been exposed even to the government space in terms of auditing matters and all. This company has one of the formidable dynamite board of directors. Let me take you to this. Joe Kiabati, welcome. You only require to text me on my number 0722 63021. I repeat my number, and I hope, let me give an assignment to, I'm looking at my TikTok friends. Collins, please pin my number on my page in TikTok. Collins, please pin my number there. 0722 63021. Either Collins or Neema, please, you can pin that number 0722 63021. Thank you very much. Let me summarize by telling you this, ladies and gentlemen. Creating wealth is a very simple formula. Those people who know this, the second miracle from converting water into wine is the miracle of what we call compound interest. There are those people who came and joined us in the year 2021, November 8th November. They have never touched a coin. All the money that they have been putting in our company has been intact. For those people who understand how compound interest works, we have somebody with over 40 million Kenya shillings at Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited. These are the guys that we are going to pay over 6.8 million Kenya shillings. We have somebody with 10 million Kenya shillings, 15 million Kenya shillings. Wakati uliingia kwa darasa mwalimu akakwambia haba na haba hujaza kibaba, kwani ulikuwa unafikiria anasema nini? Wakati walisema Rome was not built in a day. Now, let me share with you where we invest this money before I bring this show to a close. Number one, we invest this money in what we call offshore investments. What does offshore mean? Offshore means that we are investing your money beyond the boundaries of Kenya. Right now in Kenya, the political mood is actually on its fever pitch to even get tougher next year. So meaning that investors are going to shy away from bringing their money here because they do not know what this general election portends for the nation. And therefore, majority of them, they are comfortable investing their money elsewhere where there is what we call peace and tranquility. Thank you very much, Mr. Yeah, he has commented, Mr. Jeremiah Kahua. I'm a proud landlord, courtesy of Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited. Can you hear that? I wish you can be able to go to my YouTube channel and see what Mr. Kahua has said. And he's our member. He joined us here when we were starting. Now you can hear. I thank God for you, Mr. Thank you so much, Mr. Kahua Jogona. I'm a proud landlord, courtesy of Quest Pinnacle Investment Ventures Limited. Watu wa Quest mko wapi? Muandike ujumbe wenu hapa ama ushuhuda wenu hapa. So what we do, I'm going to mention only 5 areas or 6 areas where we invest our money. Now, we are aware Kebisho is the most traveled civilian from government protocols. Kebisho has been to 102 destinations in the world. I have got 6 passports full of stamps. I have been to Greece. I have been to Italy. I have been to Germany. I have been to Belgium. I have been to Spain. I have been to America. I have been to Brazil. I have been to Argentina. I have been to Austria. I have been to Australia. I have been to Ethiopia. I have been to Kigali. I have been all over the world. I have traveled this world. So I have been able to identify the companies that we can partner with, which we are doing. So I'm not going to mention the name of our investment partners, but we invest your money in terms of what we call debentures. Please make sure that you look at what we call debentures. Debentures are 5 types, and I'll just mention to you superficially what a debenture is. A debenture is a long-term loan given to another needy institution. A debenture is actually a long-term loan given to another financial institution. Kindly don't call me because I'm live. Kindly don't call me because I'm live. So a debenture is a long-term loan given by a strong financial institution, which is long-term in nature and has what we call minimum guaranteed return. Debentures are 5 types. We have what we call convertible debenture, naked debenture. We have what we call redeemable debenture, irredeemable debenture. So these are the debentures: naked debenture, convertible debenture, redeemable debenture, irredeemable debenture, and convertible debenture. So we know the categories which we put your money. We come to number 2. We are involved big time in what we call precious metals. How do nations store their wealth? They normally store their wealth through what we call, they normally store, sorry, somebody is actually calling me and I'm live. I don't know what to do to this person. It is not fair enough. So what we do is that debentures, we have talked about debentures, precious metals. Nations store their wealth. Lefred Francis Gesholo Gashieki through what we call storage of precious metals like gold, platinum, etc. So by use of our partners, we are able to get those precious metals and we sell to various nations of the world so that they can be able to preserve in their reserve. Like now we have what we call the Federal Reserve of America. We have what we call our central bank reserve. So in order for them to store, we did not actually print money and they keep it in central bank or their reserve bank. No, they keep this. They store the value of a nation in terms of precious metals. We are there in big time. We have what we call hedging. What is hedging? Like now, how many airlines do we have in the world? There are so many airlines. So don't they require jet fuel? They require jet fuel among many other accessories. We are able to buy what we call jet fuel in bulk from oil-producing countries. And then we are able to have it stocked on their behalf. And they pay us a lot of money so that in the event of what we call the fluctuating supply, their airlines are still stable and they have what we call uninterrupted supply of fuel. We do that through our partners. We make a lot of money out of that. What about what we refer to as commodities? People have never known what commodities mean. Like now the government of Kenya, it is actually in public domain. They bought grains or foodstuffs worth 500 billion Kenya shillings. So what do? Using our strategic partners, we are able to source for many nations looking for these commodities. And these commodities include but not limited to grains such as rice, such as beans and what have you, and at the same time oil, among other products. We do big time for many nations and we get our money back. We get our portion of investment. What else do? We are in what we call stock indices. What is a stock index? For this particular mouse to be made, it required what we refer to as the manufacturer knowing the cost center. How much did it cost? How much did this one cost? Maybe this one costed us maybe what we call $1 million, maybe 100,000. I'm checking from my CCTV because I'm still in the office and I'm alone. So maybe this gadget cost 1,000 shillings. And for them to know how much to sell, they require what we call that finesse expert advice for them to make profits. So we have nations like China who do things in what we call huge bulk quantities. We take our expertise there and we are paid our money. We also have what we refer to as something else that I want you to know. We have something we refer to as single stocks. We have places like China where they do a lot of incubation. What does incubation mean? Incubation means people come up with very brilliant ideas. They are the ones who came up with things like this. They are the ones who came up with remotes like this. So what they do is that they come up with ideas, just like in Kenya, you are asked about a business plan. So they have the idea, they have incubated the idea, and all what they're looking for is the seed capital. Because we are talking of more than 50 billion US dollars with our investment partners, we are able to finance those particular projects and we get our money. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are there and you have never invested your money, this is the place to be. Madam Grace Karaoke, this is the place to be. Lefred Francis Gesholo Gashieki, my longtime friend, this is the place to be. You people, you have had enough. And the Bible says, and the reference is there to confirm, during the times of your ignorance, I overlooked. But now that you know, condemnation is upon you. Allow me to give you some, as I bring this show to a close, to give you some examples of biblical principles on investments. And I'm going to talk about stewardship of resources. We say, if you can't manage scarcity, you can't manage abundance. If you have not been able to manage the little that God has given you, don't expect to get more from God. He's not going to give you this money. God will only, and that is why we say, when this man of God called Moses was confronted by the children of the Israelites at the Red Sea, and they were very agitated because the enemies were in hot pursuit, God asked Moses, what are you holding on your hands? Begin where you are with what you have. Don't start arguing, because I have told you, wealthy people, they seize opportunities. Poor people, they actually give excuses. It's up to you to choose. And you have to go through pain to gain. It is sacrificing. Nobody has enough money. I'm an investor, and I'm a serious investor for those who know me. I'm a serious investor for those who know me. I'm not going to give you what we call my investment manifest, but I'm a serious investor. Come January 16th, I'll be one of the biggest beneficiaries of what I'm talking about. Because me, sio kuongea tu naongeaga. And that is why, and I thank God, and Reverend Geshoro can attest to this. I bought my first car in the year 1994. I have driven all cars allowed, and Nasio Marigo. I have driven a Pajero Itakura Tarubo. Reverend Geshoro, you can confirm that. KAN 395L. I have driven a Mercedes-Benz Compressor C240, KB 865H. I have driven what we call a B13, KAK 898M. I have driven a B12, KAW. I had a KAW 365E. I have driven a B11, KYD 462. I have driven what we call a Prado intercooler, KBH 123X, 2.7 liter. I have driven a Prado 4 liter, KBS 238X. While I have driven a Peugeot 46, KAW 145E. I have driven a Peugeot 46, KM 241Z. I have driven another luxurious car, which is actually a Volvo, KCX 780. I have driven those cars. Not because I have never stolen and I will never steal. So those people who think that Kebisho is trying to shine on his face because he's started getting money from Quest Pinnacle, no, you must be a good steward. Begin where you are with what you have. That is what God told Moses. What are you holding on your hands? When David was fighting with Goliath, he never used what we call an AK-47 live. He never used what we call a G3. God asked him, David said, I'm going to use what God has given unto you. And because he was spiritually guided by God, he was able to overcome Goliath. So begin. Now, when these people who had attended the wedding in Cana of Galilee, they became hungry, they started questioning Jesus. You are the Son of God. We are hungry. What can you do? Jesus posed a question to them. What do you have? Remember the story of the 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. Begin, Peter Kiiru, with what you have. It's quite unfortunate most of you people wait for the opportune time. There is no good timing in investment. Start it now. Begin now. And let me tell you, human minds have capacity to face any confrontation brought forth to them. I have educated my children not because I have money, but because I know how to plan. And we say nobody plans to fail, but we fail to plan. Stewardship of resources. Everything we have belongs to God, and we are called to manage it faithfully. Moreover, it is required of stewards that they be found faithful. 1 Corinthians 4:2. I'm a faithful steward of your money. All those people who have invested money with us, they can attest to that fact. Now, parable of talents in the book of Matthew 25:14 to 30. Servants who invested their master's money wisely were praised. God praised those people who invested their money wisely, while the one who buried it out of fear were condemned. So those people who fear, let me tell you, it does not matter how much you fear death. We walk knowing we carry death with us, but that has not stopped us from working hard, because we must wait until it confronts us. Don't fear. Fear means false evidence appearing real. You have been fearing. People say, you hear those people who are called pessimists. Mimi sitapeleka mgonjwa Kenyatta wamekufa wengi. Hakuna hospitali nchi hii mgonjwa haja kufia huko. The mission of those hospitals is not to kill, but they are aware that along the way, some people must die. And that is why the Ministry of Health can never give you a license without having what we call a morgue. So the Bible is saying this shows God values responsible risk-taking and growth. That is about you must take a risk. Even coming to Quest, even me sitting here, I am not the one who built this building, but I am not fearing that it will collapse and maybe kill me. It will stumble down. I don't care, because life is a series of risks. Diversification. Listen to this, you people watching me from wherever you are. Diversification and prudence. Invest in 7 ventures. That is in the book, in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 11, verses 1-4. Invest in 7 ventures. Yes, in 8. You do not know what disaster may come upon the lad. Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verses 2. This is an ancient call to spread risk. Spread your risk. Diligence and patience. The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance. Oh my goodness, Wangari Kerera. That the plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes in only to poverty. Proverbs 21:5. Long-term discipline is favored over quick gains. Some of you people lost money in Desi, others in Quails, others in WorldCoin, others in cryptocurrency. You are putting your money where you have nobody who can explain to you. When you hear the central bank of Kenya not telling you to be aware, they know what they're talking about. We talk about avoiding greed and exploitation. Keep your life free from love of money and be content with whatever you have. Hebrews 13:5. Investments to never become idolatry or harm others. So you need to appreciate where are you putting your money and where do they invest this money. And then finally, generosity as investment. Whoever is generous to the poor leads to the Lord, and he will repay him for his deed. Proverbs 19:17. Giving is portrayed as the highest form of investment. When you make money, bless others. If you're there, you're interested in joining us, kindly call me on 0722 633 021. You can visit our website, which is www.questpinnacle.com. You'll get a lot of people. Please, you have a chance. Talk to us. For those people who are asking me how to join, I've given you my number. Kindly text me. I'll be able to respond to you. May God bless you. You've been a wonderful team. Thank you so much for listening to me, and I'm proud of all of you. Thank you so much for the time you have spent, and I'm looking forward to you coming on board. Imagine we are paying the dividends on 16th of January 2026. We are talking of 3 weeks' time from now. Somebody will walk home with 6.8 million Kenya shillings, another one 4 million, another one 1 million, another one 800. When you are all broke because you misused your money during the festive seasons, some people will go smiling all the way to the bank because they were prudent investors. Become one. With those many remarks, in the interest of time, I thank all of you for watching me. Thank you so much for paying attention to my conversation. In case you have any problem, don't hesitate to contact me on 0722 633 021. Shalom, shalom, shalom. God bless you all. Allow me to bring this show now to an end. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me